Good evening, everybody. Am I audible? S. Prashant, good evening. Gaming, good evening. Guna, good evening. Priyanka, good evening. Gautam, good evening. Dinesh Pandi, yeah. Ravi Kumar, good evening. Sainath, good evening. Am I audible to everyone? So, what we saw yesterday? Satish, good evening. Yes. Sai Kirti, good evening. Manisha, good evening. What we saw yesterday? Please respond what we saw yesterday. Yesterday I was discussing with you about what do you mean by machine learning. So what are all the different concepts? You are able to hear me? Am I audible to everyone? Am I audible to everyone? Please respond. So yesterday, what are all the different applications of Python language? So yesterday I just gave you an introduction to Python. What are all the different applications of Python language? Please respond. Am I audible? My voice is audible? I am not audible. Hello, am I audible? Yes, good evening. Bharat, good evening. Yes, am I audible? My voice is audible, right? Voice. Camera off பண்ணிடுவா. இது பண்ண சொன்னேன். You kept. இது என்ன பண்ணு? இப்போ வாய்ஸ் கேக்குமா? Okay. Good evening. Am I audible now? Am I audible? Please respond. Yes, am I audible now? Yes. So what we discussed yesterday? Yes, I am audible, right? Yes, good evening everybody. So yesterday I just gave you an introduction to Python. So what are the different data? What do you mean by this language? So what are all the different applications of Python? Yes, I was discussing with you about the different applications of Python programming language. And then I discussed with you about what are all the different types of errors. I was discussing with you about compile time errors, compilation, that is syntax errors, runtime error, and then semantic errors. If you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can register for machine learning internship program. Welcome ML. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the IPYNB files, the PPTs, the recorded videos, the lecture notes, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. So the last date for registration is 2nd of this month, 2nd of next, that is June month. So please hurry up. The internship offer is going to end soon. If you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can register for Machine Learning Internship Program. Welcome ML. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the IPYNB files, the recorded videos, the lecture notes, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. And once you attend this masterclass for 25 days, and if you pay ₹100, you will be receiving a webinar certificate. And the internship users, they will be receiving a internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. Alright. So let me just start. Today I am just going to continue with the Python. What do you mean by data types? What are the different data types that are available in Python? And then I am going to discuss with you about some more what do you mean by variables and what are the different operators, different types of operators available in this language. So I am going to discuss with you about all these things. 1 minute. Till this part, whatever I am discussing every day, everything is clear. So once you are going to attend this masterclass for 30 days, so I will be giving you an introduction to Python language. So what is the basic syntax? What are the data structures available in Python? What are the different types of libraries? How to use Google Colab notebook? And then I will be discussing with you about different types of algorithms. I am going to show you some simple implementation examples of all these types of algorithms. Clear? So if you have any doubts, you can just clarify. So once you attend this masterclass, you will just become a master in machine learning. So I will be discussing from the basics of Python, and then I will be discussing with you about different types of libraries. I am going to show you some simple code snippets. And finally, I will be discussing the machine learning concepts. What are the different types of supervised machine learning algorithms? And I am going to show you one simple example for each and every type of algorithm. So with this, I am just starting today. So basically, there are 4 different data types available in this Python programming language. The first one is an integer data type. So whenever I want to store any whole number values, so I have to go for integer data type. The second one is the floating point type. If I want to store some decimal point value, so I have to go for floating point type. And the third one is the string data type. It is nothing but a collection of characters. It is enclosed within double quotes. And the fourth one is the character constant. It is enclosed within single quotes. All these are the different data types available in Python programming language. Clear? So what do you mean by a data type? Basically, when you go for any kind of programming language, maybe you can go for Java programming language or Python or C, C++. So data types are very, very important. What do you mean by a data type? So what type of variable, what type of value a variable is going to hold? When I am building some bigger application, so data types plays a very, very important concept. So what type of value a variable can hold? Say for example, all these are the different data types. I am just assigning A equal to 10. Say for example, B equal to 5.5. C equal to, I am just giving as hello. It is nothing but a collection of characters enclosed within double quotes, and I am storing some character constant. I am just going to print this at the output. Say for example, if I want to print D, say for example, I am printing D at the output. Clear? So all these are the different data types available in Python programming language. So based on my requirement, so as I was telling you, right, Python is the most popularly used language for doing any kind of predictive analytics. So artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning, so all these technologies are growing at a very, very fast rate. The world is evolving around data in whichever sector you go. For example, many online websites are being developed, e-commerce sites, Amazon, Flipkart, and many other movie sites. So you can go for Netflix, or you can go for some other movie sites, and wherever you go, huge volume of data is being generated. Banking sectors, financial transactions, a huge volume of data is generated. One big task is I have to collect the data. I have to analyze. So what type of information is hidden inside the data, and I am going to make some important predictions. This is what is called as machine learning or artificial intelligence. We are going to train the machines to act like human beings. Whatever may be the problem. So for example, I want to classify whether a person is eligible for a loan or he is not eligible for a loan. I can go for a machine learning algorithm. So firstly, I have to data types. So what do you mean by data types? What type of value a variable can hold? Basically, we have 4 different data types. The first one is an integer data type. It can hold whole number values. The second one is a floating point type, decimal point values. Third one is a string, that is, it is nothing but a collection of characters. It is enclosed within double quotes. And the fourth one is a character constant. All these are the different data types available in Python programming language. So next I am going to discuss with you about conversion functions. So what do you mean by a conversion function? If I want to change the data type of the argument that is being passed from one data type to another data type, so I can go for different types of conversion functions. For example, I want to convert floating point type to integer data type. Or say for example, I want to convert integer to a floating point type. So I have to prepend with the corresponding data type. To whichever type I have to convert, so I have to prepend the argument with the corresponding data type. That is the main use of conversion functions. So what is the use of this type of conversion function? So why I have to convert the data type of the argument that is being passed from one data type to another data type? You can go for any other applications. So when I am building some larger applications, as I was telling you, right, when I am analyzing some data, so I have to convert the floating point value into integer value, the integer value into floating point value. So I can go for any type of conversion functions. Say for example, if I want to convert, so what is the syntax for using this conversion function? To whichever data type I have to convert, I have to prepend with the corresponding data type. This is the parameter or the argument. Say for example, I want to convert this floating point number to integer data type. So I am just prepending with the corresponding data type. Or say for example, if I want to convert an integer number into floating point type. So I am just prepending with the corresponding data type, float keyword. Clear? To whichever data type I have to convert, I have to prepend with the corresponding data type. Let me just illustrate. Say for example, if I want to convert a floating point number to an integer number, so I am just prepending with the corresponding data type. And similarly, if I want to convert, say for example, an integer number to a floating point number, so I have to prepend with the corresponding data type. To whichever data type I have to convert, I have to prepend the parameter or the argument with the corresponding data type. Conversion function. So from the name you can just understand. So what is the use of this conversion functions? If I want to convert the data type of the argument that is being passed from one type to another type, so I have to prepend with the corresponding data type. To whichever type I have to convert, I have to prepend with the corresponding data type. Clear? So next I am going to discuss with you about variables. So what do you mean by a variable? So it is nothing but a name location in memory. It is used to store some data. Variable is nothing but it is used to hold the values. It is used to allocate. It allocates memory and we are going to store some value inside the variable. So for doing any kind of applications, so I require a variable for storage of values. So I have to initialize the variable with some value. It is used to allocate memory. Clear? So this is a simple syntax for using a variable. Say for example, whatever is the name. So I am just giving simple example, website equal to, within double quotes, I am just giving I am assigning some value to a variable and I am just printing this at the output. Clear? So I can just change the value of the variable when I am building some larger applications. So I can just have a variable name and if I want to change the value of the variable, so I can just keep on changing the value of the variable. Say for example, initially I am just assigning For example, I am just assigning some value to a variable. I am giving as welcome to Python. And if I want to change the value of the variable, I am just printing this at the output. Say for example, welcome to Python. I am giving as WL. And I am going to change the value of the variable. I am just giving as sun shines. So this is one more statement. I am just printing this at the output. Clear? So when building some bigger applications, I can keep on changing the value of the variables. So all these are the different types of operations that can be performed using this Python programming language. And if I want to assign multiple values to multiple variables, so within a single line, so this is one more example of assigning a value to variables. I can assign multiple values to multiple variables. So instead of storing each and every value, so for example, writing separate lines, I want to store some integer values, I want to store some floating point values, I want to store some character values. So I can just, in a single line, I can assign multiple values to multiple variables. So it results in the reduction of code size. Clear? Say for example, all these are the different types of operations that can be performed using this language. So instead of typing each and every line of code, so I can just reduce the code size. So I can assign something like this. Say for example, I am having some integer number. I am giving from floating point number. And thirdly, I am storing some character constant, or say for example, whatever value I want to store. So I can store it like this. Clear? Say for example, from this I am just printing the value of C. Clear? I can assign multiple values to multiple variables in a single line. So I am just showing simple examples. Similarly, I can assign same values to multiple variables. So this is one more example. Say for example, x equals y equals z equal to. So I am just assigning the same value to multiple variables. So whatever type of, in whichever way I want to play around with data, so I can just play around with data. So based on my requirement, say for example, I am making some analysis, a rainfall analysis or a student analysis, employee analysis. So I want to assign same value to multiple variables. So I can do so. So I want to create some duplicate copies. I want to use them for some future purpose. So all these are different ways of assigning value to the variables. Say for example, I am just giving x equals y equals z equals. So I am just assigning the same value. I am just assigning, say for example, parrot. So I am going to print all these variables. I am printing x. I am printing the value of y. And then I am printing the value of z. Clear? So all these point to the same value. So I can assign a single value to more than one variable. So this is the corresponding syntax. So I am having x equals y equals z equal to. So I am having a single value, it is being assigned to multiple variables. Clear? So all these are simple examples of variables. And similar to variables, I have one more type. It is called as a constant. So what do you mean by a constant? So it is a type of variable whose value cannot be changed. So I was discussing about variables. So how to assign value to variables? The value inside a variable can be changed. They are mutable. Whereas what do you mean by a constant? It is a type of variable whose value cannot be changed. Clear? They are called as constants. So we should have some rules while using some constants. I should follow some conventions, some rules for naming the variables and constants. So it should contain a combination of letters in lowercase or uppercase. So while naming the variables or constants, I should follow some specific rules. It should have a combination of letters in lowercase. Say for example, A to Z or capital A to Z or digits 0 to 9 or an underscore. There are specific rules for naming variables and constants. Clear? So I should follow some specific rules. So create a name that makes more sense. For example, current salary, it holds the current salary of an employee. Clear? And I have to use possible letters. Speed of light. So if I want to store some specific values to the variable, so I should give some identifiers, unique names. So all these are the different rules for and naming conventions for variables and constants. And it should not contain special symbols like @ symbol, hash character, $sign, percentage. So all these are never allowed. And don't start a variable name with a digit. Clear? So all these are the different rules you should follow whenever I am naming any variables or constants. So I should follow all these types of rules. Till this part, everything is clear. So next I am going to discuss with you about operators. What are the different types of operators that are available in this programming language? So basically we have 3 different types of operators. So one is called as an arithmetic operator, one more is called as a relational operator, and the third one is called as a logical operator. So all these are the different types of operators available in this programming language, Python programming language. So what do you mean by an arithmetic operator? From the name you can just understand. In mathematics, if I want to perform some sort of arithmetic calculations, say for example, if I want to add 2 numbers, or if I want to subtract one number from the other number, if I want to multiply 2 numbers, multiplication operation, or division operation, if I want to divide one number by the other number, modulus, exponentiation. So all these are the different types of arithmetic operators. Clear? So what do you mean by arithmetics? So if I want to add 2 numbers, I want to perform some mathematical calculations. I want to analyze the performance of an employee based on the salary. So I want to estimate the employee's performance based on maximum salary, minimum salary. So I can do any sort of arithmetics using all these kind of arithmetic operators. So what do you mean by this arithmetic operators? Say for example, I am just assigning, so whatever is the value, p equal to 10, q equal to 20, s equal to p plus q. So I am just printing this s at the output. Clear? So I can perform any sort of arithmetic operations. I can perform addition operation, I can perform subtraction. If I want to subtract one number from the other number, so I can go for subtraction operation. Division, modulus, exponentiation. So all these are the different types of arithmetic operations. And there is one more special variable. It is called as an underscore sign. So what is the use of this underscore symbol? Say for example, first I am just assigning the value of 5 to the variable a. And I am printing the value of a at the output, and I am having an underscore. So if I want to consider the previous value of a, so I should have this underscore sign plus 5. Clear? So I am adding the previous value of a to the current value, that is 5 plus 5, 10 will be displayed at the output. That is the main use of this Python special variable, underscore symbol. And there is one more important function, it is called as a type function. What is the use of this type keyword? If I want to find the data type of the argument that is being passed, I have to go for the type keyword. Clear? So when I am doing some bigger calculations, when I am building some bigger applications, if I want to find the data type of the argument that is being passed, I have to prepend with the type keyword. Let me just show you a simple example. Say for example, type of 8. It is of integer data type. And I am just giving some more values. Type of 8.9. So it is of floating point type. If I want to know the data type of the argument that is being passed as an input to my type. So whatever parameter I am passing, if I want to know the data type of the argument that is being passed, I have to go for this type keyword. Or say for example, I am giving type of P or L. So whatever I am giving, it is of string data type. Clear? So all these are the different types of inbuilt functions available in this programming language. Till this part, everything is clear, whatever I am speaking. If you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can register for machine learning internship program. Welcome ML. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the IPYNB files, the recorded videos, lecture notes, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days and if you pay ₹100, you will be receiving a webinar certificate, and the internship users, they will be receiving a internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. Alright, if you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can register for machine learning internship program. Welcome ML. This is the coupon code. So the last date for internship is 2nd of next month. You can just register for internship. Once you register for this internship, you will be getting access to the IPYNB files, the recorded videos, the lecture notes, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days and if you pay ₹100, you will be receiving a webinar certificate, and the internship users, they will be receiving a internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. Alright, so once you are going to attend this masterclass for 30 days, you will be getting an idea of, I will be teaching the basics of Python and what are all the different types of libraries. So I will be covering the basics of machine learning concepts. What do you mean by supervised learning, unsupervised learning? I will be discussing about different types of libraries. What is the use of pandas library, numpy? What is the use of matplotlib, seaborn library, sklearn? And then I will be discussing with you about different types of algorithms. And I will show you some simple examples for each and every type of algorithm. Till this part, whatever I am speaking, everything is clear. So next I am just going to discuss with you about number formatting. What do you mean by a format specifier? So far I just gave you an introduction. So what do you mean by a data type? So what are the different types of variables? What are the different ways of assigning values to variables? Next I am going to discuss with you about number format specifier. So what do you mean by a format specifier? In which format I have to display the numbers? I can display the numbers in integer format, %d, or I can display the number in floating point type, %F. If I want to display in string format, I can go for %s. Or if I want to display as a character, I can go for %c and %lt, long number. So format specifier. So from the name you can just understand. So what is the use of all these types of format specifiers? In whichever form I have to display the numbers, I can go for different types of format specifiers. Clear? Say for example, I am just assigning a with the value of 10. A equal to 10. So I am just printing. So whatever is the a value, a equal to, I want to display in %d. I am giving whatever is the value, I am just giving as percentage of a. Clear? In whichever format I want to specify, so I have to give the corresponding format specifier. If I want to display as a string format, or if I want to display as a character format, so in whichever format I have to specify, so I need to give the corresponding format specifier. So first I am just assigning a with the value of 10, a equal to 10. And then within double quotes, I am just specifying in which format I want to display this value. So a equal to percentage small t. So if I want to display in integer form, so I am just giving a equal to percentage small d. So I am giving prepending with the single percentage character. So my number will be displayed in the integer form. So firstly, I was discussing with you about different types of operators. I just gave you an introduction to arithmetic operators. So we have two other operators. The second one is a relational operator and the third one is a logical operator. So what do you mean by this relational operator? Basically, if I want to check some condition, so based on some condition I want to execute something, I can go for this relational operator. If I want to check the value of two values, 5 equals 5, it is going to return me a boolean value of true or false. All these are the different examples of relational operators. Double equals, if I want to check two values are equal, so I am just giving as double equal to. And not equal to, if one value is not equal to the other, so it is going to return me a boolean value of true or false. Greater than, if one value is greater than the other value, so I can go for this greater than operator. Greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. So all these are the different types of relational operators. Clear? So let me just illustrate. Say for example, I am giving 5 equal to 5. It is going to return me a boolean value of true or false. I am just giving if one value is greater than other value, of one value is less than other value. Say for example, 3 less than or equal to 8. So based on the condition, it is going to return me a boolean value of true or false. If the condition is true, I am going to get a boolean value of true. Otherwise, it is going to return me a boolean value of false. Clear with this? So all these are the different types of relational operator. Double equal to, if I want to check if these two values are equal, so I can go for double equal to. And not equal to, if I want to check if one value is not equal to the other value. Greater than, equal to. So all these are the different types of relational operators. And there is one more type of operators, it is called as logical operator. So what do you mean by a logical operator? If I want to check more than one condition, instead of a single condition, if I want to check more than one condition, so I can go for a logical operator. Say for example, 5 equal to 5 and 5 equal to 6. So there are basically three different types of logical operators. The first one is a logical AND operator. The second one is a logical OR operator. And the third one is the NOT, negation operation. So all these are the different types of logical operators. What do you mean by a logical AND operation? So if I want to check more than one condition, this is the syntax for using a logical AND operation. Say for example, if I want to check more than one condition, this is my condition 1. I am just giving my first condition and I want to check more than one condition. This is my condition 2. Only when both the conditions are satisfied, this is true and this is true. Only when both the conditions are true, I am going to get a boolean value of true. Otherwise, I am going to get a boolean value of false. Clear? And there is one more type of operator, it is called as a logical OR operator. When either of the conditions are true, say for example, I am giving as condition 1 or I am giving condition 2. Say for example, when this condition is true or this condition is true. So from the name you can just understand. So what do you mean by logical AND? And what do you mean by logical OR? When either this or this is true, I am going to get a boolean value of true. Otherwise, I am going to get a boolean value of false. Clear? So all these are the different types of logical operators. Say for example, I am analyzing the performance of students. For example, I am saying the mark is less than this and greater than this. So only when both the conditions are satisfied, he is eligible for some placement criteria. So I want to check some condition. Based on some condition, so I want to perform some operation. I want to do some sort of computation. And similarly in e-commerce sites. So you can imagine, so what is the use of all these types of different types of operators? If the purchase amount of customers is greater than, say for example 1000, and how much he has purchased, so based on the quantity and price, he is going to get some amount of discount. So I want to check more than one condition. So I can go for any type of logical operators. I can go for logical AND operator. I can go for logical OR operator or negation operation. So all these are the different types of logical operators. Clear? Say for example, I am just saying O equal to 9 and W less than, say for example, I am giving some values. I am checking some conditions. Say for example, 9 equal to 9 and I am checking some condition, 2 less than 6. Only when both the conditions, I told you right, this is the syntax for using a logical AND operator. This is my first condition. So I am checking if these two values are equal, and this is my second condition, if 2 is less than 6. Only when both the conditions are satisfied, I am going to get a Boolean value of true, otherwise I am going to get a Boolean value of false. When either of the conditions are true, 7 is greater than 10. So I am saying, or I am saying 1 equal to 1. When either of the condition is true, so I am going to get a Boolean value of true, otherwise I am going to get a Boolean value of false. In this case, you can see this is my first condition and second condition. My first condition is not true, or 1 equal to 1. My second condition is true, so I am just getting a Boolean value of true. Clear with this? So what are the different types of operators? So based on my requirements, so I can go for arithmetic operators, or I can go for relational operators, or I can go for logical operators. Clear? So all these are the different types of operators available in Python programming language. Till this part, everything is clear? So next I am just going to discuss with you about swapping functionality. So what do you mean by swapping? So if I want to change the value of two variables, I am going to show you a simple example. So how to swap without using a third variable. So what do you mean by swapping? If I want to change the value of two variables. So what do you mean by swapping functionality? First, I am just assigning x with the value of 10. And then I am assigning y with the value of 5. If I want to interchange the values, x equal to 5 and y equal to 10. So this is an example of swapping functionality. If I want to change the value of two variables, I can go for this swapping functionality. So first I am just assigning x equals 10 and then I am assigning the value y equals 5. So firstly, I am just adding x and y, x plus y, it is stored in the variable x, and y equal to x minus y. And finally, I am subtracting x equal to x minus y. So after swapping, I am just printing out x equal to percentage d, y equals percentage d, percentage of x comma y. Clear? So what do you mean by the swapping functionality? So let me just illustrate. First, I am just assigning x equals 10, y equals 5, x equals x plus y, x equals x minus y, and I am just giving whatever functionality I want to perform. Say for example, I am giving y equal to x minus y. And I am just giving x equals x minus y. So after swapping, so I'm just giving some message. I'm just giving some message as percentage x equals percentage d, y equals percentage d. I'm just giving percentage of x comma y. Clear? So what is the meaning of the swapping functionality? So after swapping, so you can just see. Firstly, I'm just assigning x equals 10. 10 is assigned to the variable x. And I am assigning y equals 5. So 5 is assigned to the variable y. And I am adding these two values. Firstly, x and y, x plus y. It is stored in the variable x. And I am subtracting y from x. So 10 minus 5, y becomes 5. And again I am subtracting. Clear? So you can see 15 minus 5. So you can see after swapping, x becomes 5 and y becomes 10. Clear? So how I am doing this? With this I am just stopping today. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me. Any doubts in any of the topics I discussed today? If you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can register for machine learning internship program. Welcome ML. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you'll be getting access to the IPYNB files, the recorded videos, lecture notes, PPTs, how the projects are being developed. You'll be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days and if you pay rupees 100, you will be receiving a webinar certificate. And the internship users, they will be receiving an internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. Alright, if you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can register for machine learning internship program. Welcome ML. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the IPYNB files, the recorded videos, lecture notes. Alright. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days and if you pay rupees 100, you will be receiving a webinar certificate. And the internship users, they will be receiving a internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. Alright. Any more doubts? I hope I am clear with my topics. Any doubts? Yes, I will post the attendance link. Any more doubts?